Hey, what's going on? This is my Mercedes SL600. It's a R230 body style. And I've had the car for about, let's say, 5 years or so. It's a V12 twin turbo. And you know, I've really never had too many major issues. I had to replace a water pump. That was kind of a mission, but other than that, it's nothing too crazy. But I haven't driven it for about, you know, I start it up every now and then, but pretty much just like about a year I haven't driven it, because every time, you know, I would go fast and hit a dip or, you know, a bump, the left front would start to sag down a bit, and then what's called the ABC, like basically the auto body control light would come on saying, you know, danger, you know, drive carefully and all that jazz. So that's indicative of a faulty accumulator. And this vehicle has a total of 3 accumulators. There's 2 in the front, 1 in the rear, and they work with a thing called this ABC pump that, you know, basically puts hydraulic fluid, it's German fluid, CHF 11S, through the system. And the accumulators are meant to actually dampen the impact. So if you have, you know, a Mercedes like this that's exhibiting that issue, that might be your problem. So I bought this accumulator, which they're not that cheap, but I bought one and it's been sitting around for like almost a year as well. But I never got around to it just because too busy with other projects. So the car just sat, and then, you know, a week ago or so, I switched to second shift at work. So on that Sunday, I wanted to stay up late. So I was up till about 2 a.m., you know, and finally replaced it. Basically sits up there in the wheel well. It's not too bad, but then you have to actually bleed the system and all that, cycle it a couple times up and down. This vehicle you can lift up or down, lower it. It's like got a little button inside. At any rate, I've let it sit for now a week, and there's no drift. So I haven't really driven it that much, but probably maybe drive it tonight or tomorrow. Make sure that, you know, when I take some dips at high speeds, that the front left doesn't sag down at all and the ABC light doesn't come on, because it's definitely a nuisance and you don't want to cause any damage. You want stiff suspension, definitely when you're going at higher speeds. But anyways, yeah, here's the accumulator. This is the old one. You can see it's not really too bad. It just mounts up in there. It's a little bit difficult to get to, but there's just a hydraulic line that goes right here. And yeah, so basically that's pretty much it. So if you guys have a Mercedes, you know, and it's got the hydraulic suspension control and you're having that issue, I definitely recommend you guys check that out and try replacing the accumulator first before any of the shocks, because it's really not the shock. I mean, you'd have to actually have a physical leak for it to be the shock. If it's just slowly sagging down, or it won't be able to absorb the impact from a dip, it's most likely your accumulator. At any rate, adios.